hoping to do is feed off the energy of the home crowd. Great tailgate, great fan support. Let's see if they can put it to good use.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
To return, it's Cam Sutton. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Cameron Sutton.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags. And they'll be led out by their quarterback in his 5th season now, the former #2 overall pick, Carson Wentz.
And I'll bet right now just one thought in his mind.
Win the game.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. He played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn over the ball in terms of interceptions, right?
2 touchdown passes.
2 touchdown passes, but when your team doesn't win, that's just hollow. And the best quarterbacks don't care about anything but whether or not their team won. Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know, you know better than I, he has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels. Because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
First down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game. Drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
By K.J. Wright.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
And 9 at the 47-yard.
From the gun, here's Tannehill. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg. He finds Beckham complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. That's Yannick Ngakoue with a sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Going for it all. Jacksonville's pass defense holds serve. Fourth down. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Now Justin Tucker's out to try the field goal. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Had just the one big play on the drive, but that was enough to put him in field goal range.
Yeah, one big play of what they hope will be many others throughout the game. Every team has a different target for the number of plays like that. Those explosives that we talk about, that allowed them to put points on the board on that drive. Let's see how the rest of the game goes.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him. Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. 40-yard line. Shotgun now for Wentz. He's got his man. That's Josh Gordon. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 37. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 20.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Now back to the ground with Elliott. And so Ezekiel Elliott going to take it the distance. Touchdown, Jaguars. Ezekiel Elliott. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit. But for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
So he missed his lone field goal try, but he's got this one as that extends their lead. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a touchdown run by Ezekiel Elliott. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 24. Off of play action, he'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Tannehill going to give it to Miller. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line.
4th and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They'll try it now with Barber. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And they're able to convert here on 4th and inches.
That's the end.
Just enough push up front. He only needed about 6 inches. He didn't get a whole lot more than that.
No, but he made sure he got enough so they didn't have to worry about measuring it or making it even close. Ends up picking up a couple of yards in a situation, as you noted, where he only needed inches.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Got a man and he hits him in stride. Touchdown Titans. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are going to retake the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
At their own 25.
And let's gaze our attention on Ezekiel Elliott. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. On 2nd down, Elliott. Elliott a first down and more. And all the way up to the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
And now we'll get a timeout. Looks like we've got a Jaguar in some discomfort down there on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Working from the gun. Wentz able to get this to Gordon. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 50 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Wentz. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. Will Dissly, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Jaguars have retaken the lead. And that makes it 14-10. So that drives 6 plays, 75 yards. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
Now Myers for the extra point. It's good, and it's 21-10. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Here comes Ryan Tannehill now leading his offense back out there. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Out of the gun, Tannehill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And the lead is up to 18 now. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. And this carries into the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. And they just had that pick 6. I guess the only positive maybe of them returning that for a touchdown. This offense right back out onto the field to try to make up for it.
I like that because now it doesn't give them a chance to go to the bench and really settle. You know, to sit there and kind of seethe over the idea that they turned the ball over previously. Right back out there. It's almost like hopping right back on the bike after falling over. See if they can get the ball moving again.
We'll see if they can do it here. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. That's caught by Waller out left side. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Here's Tannehill taking a shot for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Rowe that time able to knock that pass away.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So a big chunk of yardage will be marked off there for that PI call.
And now you know why receivers and the guys throwing the ball, they like to collaborate and just heave it up sometimes, because you can get these types of calls that go against the defense. Pass it.
It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory.
That's good.
A big play that time for the Titans. 43 yards.
10 at the 19.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Tannehill. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Open space inside the 10. This will be caught inside the 10. And finally wrestled down at the 8-yard line. The Titans efficient passing on this drive. There's another 1st down.
8-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his 2nd week of the regular season. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
It's a loss of 1.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
On 2nd and goal, Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Darren Waller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. So now Tannehill leading his crew to the line to go for 2. Tannehill. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Jeremy Chinn.
The attempt at the 2-point conversion is no good. That keeps the score Jaguars.
Well, as most teams do in their 2-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Not the case there, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Sutton now to return. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
Take over 1st and 10.
Here's Carson Wentz now with the rest of his offensive unit heading onto the field. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes, but right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Power running by Zeke. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one goes for 36 yards.
36 yards.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
19 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So not quite a first and goal. It's first and 10 from the 10. Wentz now on first down. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Jaguars add on to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that will make this a 19-point game. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
Here now, time to discuss Odell Beckham Jr. making his presence felt early in this one. First half, already over the century mark.
How about the yards per completion, too? That's a pretty darn good number there. Number of catches, but his shredding defense is getting big yardage with each and every one of them.
Tannehill on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
This one complete to Curtis Samuel. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. First and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So first and 10 now from the 30. So after the INT, here's Wentz. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will extend their lead now up to 22. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far, as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, and that game tied at 7 in the second quarter. From there, it's off to Chicago. Check on the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And in that one, it's the visiting Giants who have the lead. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, we head to the Gulf Coast and check on the Bucs at home in Tampa. And they've got the lead in their ball game over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Josh Allen, 2 touchdown passes thus far. In our game, it's been Carson Wentz with a strong first half. He's thrown for close to 200 yards already, and that's helped propel his guys into the lead. As we send you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Time again to see what Ryan Tannehill and the Titans can do. And he's looking to take much better care of the football here in half two after 3 first-half interceptions.
We don't have to just look strictly at the numbers here. You know what else happens to a team when you turn it over 3 times like that? It erodes confidence in you. And it erodes confidence in the offense. And now you have the defensive guys looking over and saying, what is going on here? And instead of playing for the team, they're playing angry and mad at their teammates.
Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
We talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Here's Beckham now. It's a jet sweep. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
1st and 10.
An excellent run there coming from out wide.
And we used to consider these jet sweeps to be gadget plays or something a little bit unusual, right? And now most teams have some version of this play in their playbook. And I think it's a lot because of the receivers that are being developed nowadays. These guys look like running backs even though they're playing out on the perimeter.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the Jaguars' 45-yard line.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. And Waller taking it in over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 30. 15 yards on the play, first down.
It is fun to watch the big man work the middle of the field. How about that post route there? Did an excellent job of getting his head around to look the football in and gain significant yardage.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. The play fake for Miller. It's Tannehill. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. The best way to do it, touchdowns.
And his throw is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Ezekiel Elliott, and that'll make it 3rd down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. And the pass complete to Enunwa. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. They're going to run the jet sweep. It's Cobb with it. And he's up over midfield and down into Tennessee territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
8 yards on the pickup.
More muscle up front for this 2nd and 2. They've got 3 tight ends out there. There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz, and the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Now Myers for the extra point. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now this will make it into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchdown. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
2nd 10 coming up here in Nashville. 3rd quarter action. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. A big play that time for the Titans. 53 yards. The Titans were #1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's 1st and goal. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. He was trying to go back to Beckham there, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Tannehill throwing again. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Titans are able to cut into that deficit. And he's a little bit on the shorter side as a receiver. Maybe sometimes for the defense, tough to find the little guys, right?
Yeah, sometimes they get lost in the traffic, but usually what it means is that rather than just winning with height or even speed, they use their quickness to find a way to get open.
Well, tall, short, wide, skinny, whatever, there it results in a touchdown. It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Whoa! He just yanked that one well to the left, and no good.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25 yards.
Carson Wentz, along with his offense, heading back out there for their next possession. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
That's what he's done here in this one so far. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. From the gun, it's Wentz. Going to throw right side here. Complete. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
He steps out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
This defense tightening up a bit. That last catch just 1 yard, making it 3rd and 9. Wentz going to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42, and it'll be Titan football. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Ngakwe on the tackle.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on 3rd down. And you know what offenses want? Win 1st down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on 1st down. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Intended for Odell Beckham. Incomplete. It's now 3rd down and 9 yards to go.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Tannehill. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll get this way down into Jacksonville territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. The Titans were number 1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's 1st and goal. Back now in Nashville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now.
Made by Eric Rowe.
Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
The quick slant caught. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Titans are able to close the gap just a bit. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Now it's Tannehill. He's got it. So they convert to 2. That keeps their slim hopes alive as we're back to a 2-score game. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. There's a great example right there.
Sutton now to return. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
Jaguars take over 1st and 10.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. If they can score here, they have a chance to make this a 3-possession game and all but put things to bed. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
A gain of 12. 1st down, Jacksonville.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
16 yards.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously. But at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll throw it. Wentz. They go with a screen. It's Yeldon. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
TJ Yeldon.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short.
He takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Carson Wentz with touchdown pass number 4 on the afternoon. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
And the lead opens up now to 22 points. That time a 6-play drive. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this out to the 25.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at.
And now here is another interception, picked off by the rookie Jeremy Chinn. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway, and they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick 6 makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or 2.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From the 6. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Here's Tennessee ready to begin this drive offensively. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. Tannehill and the Titans come up now 1st and 10 at their own 27.
Right there, 54, right there, 54.
Fresh off the pick 6, it's Tannehill. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty is a result of that hit there.
And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
The Titans were number 1 in the NFL in red zone touchdown percentage last year, 77%. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Miller. And that'll get him halfway there as he takes it from the 6 to the 3-yard line.
He's brought down by
1 man in the backfield. That's Miller, 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
To throw is Tannehill. And this is caught. Well, they get 1 back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Touchdown, Titans.
He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points, but he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down. With this deficit, he might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Tucker now for the extra point.
The extra point.
And that'll cut the lead down to 22. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a Tennessee score.
37. Justin
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
25-yard line.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
No running room for Zeke on first down as he'll maybe get a yard out of that. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go to Elliott again. He'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Elliott, the ball carrier.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He's got his target. It's Cobb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
He was
Javon Kinlaw, the big D tackle there to bring him down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Again, it's Elliott. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
And it brings up 3rd down.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion.
Well, remember, they tried to give him the ball and let him run on the last play, but I think the light bulb went off in their play caller's mind, and this time they get it to him the more conventional way, and it's much more successful as well.
Jaguars 59.
Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Jags, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for the Titans, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium.